Hello everyone and welcome to this week's ICE commentary on the dollar index. My name is Travis McKenzie and I'm from Trader Precision. Once again I'm filling in for Nick McDonald, who will be returning next week to give you the market commentary. Now last week when we're looking at the dollar index, I'll just blow this up a little bit for you. What we had seen Friday was, let me just check, Friday was this candle here. So we'd put in a higher high and we'd put in a higher low. And at that point in time I'd said, this means we had started an uptrend. We'd pull back into this, what I call the buy zone, based on this 10 and 20 period moving average. We'd bounced off that and we were sort of at these old highs. And what I was looking at was that if these highs could be broken, and specifically this high here, I thought we could go higher and test potentially 80. If it couldn't hold, well then obviously could roll back on down to test 78 or push down to test 77. Well, the news out of Europe wasn't good. Remember, it's still a very news-driven market right now. Last week, lots of more bad news out of Europe. The situation just seems to be getting worse and worse. Therefore, people are moving into the US dollar for its, I suppose, safe haven characteristics. Now, what that has meant is that it's been very strong for the dollar and the dollar index, and has pushed up, and it looks like it's very close to testing the 80 level right now. So, a very key level here at 80. If we just zoom out, we can see some resistance there, resistance, support, resistance. So, it's held a lot. Now, going into next week, do I think we're going to break that level? Well, to start with, I don't think we are. I think we're going to test this, find resistance, roll off back, and maybe retrace back to this this 79 level, but I definitely think we'll retrace back to wherever these moving averages pull up to, into that buy zone based off the 10 and the 20 period moving average. Now the reason I've got a fairly strong conviction that we're going to bounce off this level is that pretty much most of the currency pairs that make up the dollar index are also coming up to key levels themselves. Obviously I could be wrong, this could smash on through and just keep on rallying, especially if the news starting from Monday is very bad out of Europe. Now there's some economic reports coming out in the US and Europe this week, which unless they are absolutely mind-blowingly good, I don't think they're going to have a dramatic effect on the market. All eyes are still on Europe and what effect that is going to have on the global economy. Now, so let's just have a look to see why I think we're going to find that resistance off that 80 level first before breaking through that. We're just going to have a look, for example, at the Aussie. So the Aussie here at a very, very key level already. You can see it's found some very good, strong support through here. Found support, broke up, retested, so it's been holding well. That's 0.9676, and it's at that level right now, getting these small indecision candles. If we can break the top of these candles, I think we can definitely see a bit of it's profit taking, really, isn't it? We've had a very, very good run down without any retracement back, profit taking back up into these averages, into this sell zone, and rolling back over. Now, if we look at, for example, the euro. Now the euro, I've drawn the euro level here in a light blue purely because it's not a really, really strong level, but I still think it's a level that could hold somewhat. You can see we had back here some support, some not tight resistance, but it did hold all through here. It definitely sort of held it a bit, and we got some support there. So I wouldn't be surprised, considering the rundown we've had, to see that hold and get a bit of profit taking off that level as well. Now looking at the pound. The pound is not as close as the others. We can see a key level down here at 1.5350, getting very close to it after a big run down. I can pretty much go through all of these and just show you the Swissy. The Swissy's at a very, very key level here at 0.93. We can see through here it's held very, very well in the past. Support, resistance, and it's hitting right up against that right now. And then finally the Kiwi. The Kiwi also at very, very key support, another key level at 0.7344. Some good support there. Wasn't so strong there, and let me zoom in. I must be strong. Oh, there we go. That's why I've drawn this in. It's strong through here as well. So another fairly key level, and this as well, very extended into this move without any sort of retracement back. Wouldn't be surprised to see if that level held. A bit of profit taking up into this sell zone, around maybe the 7600 level before rolling over. So as you can see, pretty much all of the pairs that make up the dollar index are all at very similar levels, all at very key levels. So that for me is what I am seeing, and that's how I'll be trading it, is price coming up to this level. Now we're in a clear uptrend, so I'm not necessarily just going to be shorting this because it's hitting this 80 level and I think it's going to retrace off. Not at all. If I'm trading counter trend, I'm normally going for very quick in and out moves, where I'll just be going for a risk reward of maybe 1-to-1, just grabbing a quick move out of it. But I need to see a lot of things lining up before I take that. I won't simply be shorting just because it's getting to that level. But if it does find that level and I don't find any opportunities to get short, would not concern me at all. I'll be waiting for this to retrace back down. These averages are all starting to fan out beautifully. What I like to see at the start of a nice extended move. So I'll be looking for this to pull back into this buy zone, depending on where that is, based on that 10 and 20 period moving average. Even better still if it's pulling back into this big round number of 79.00. If it gets back to that level, then I'll be looking for long opportunities for 80 to be retested again for a second time, and hopefully on that second time I can see that breaking on through. If for some reason magnificent, great, positive news comes out of Europe and people start getting out of the US dollar into the more riskier asset, the riskier currency pairs, well then we could see this come down and retest 78. But realistically, I think the chances of that happening this week are fairly slim, and I'll be looking to play it how I just explained that there. So I hope that helps everyone. Have a great week trading, and as I said before, Nick will be back running the commentary as of next week.